section left. I already did the rest of my hair in the back, and I just have this section in the front. So this is the order of products that I used. I'm using the Mono's Hair Curl Primer. So that's like the leave-in treatment. Then I'm using the Curl Smoothing Pudding here. Then after, I'm using the Curl Setting Gel right here. Now, as you know, I always reiterate this in my videos, LCO, so leave-in conditioner, my cream, and then my oil to seal everything in. But because I'm reviewing these products, I want to just use her products, and instead of like adding like a separate oil and stuff like that, which I've done before, but just for the sake of like trying these out, I just figured let me just use this order and see how that works. So I do not have an oil in this mix. It's just gonna be the curl primer, the curl smoothing pudding, and the curl setting gel. So just those three. And I always start with damp hair, so you know you're gonna see me spray my hair a little bit and then go right into it. So I am plaiting my hair, or braiding, whatever you want to call it, and so that's what I'm gonna do. So just keep on watching, you'll see me doing that, and of course I'm gonna section this up. So let's get right into it. Shiny and like my hair looks. It looks so sheeny, and it does look like I could do this as a wash and go. finished. This is how my hair is looking. How many braids I did. I did 4 in the back, so 2 here, and then 2 on this side, and then I did 3 at the top, and 2 right here. So that's how much braids, and I did it on each side. And what I do is like I twist the ends of my braid. So you can see that it looks a little twisted here too. So it's easier to take out at the end instead of having like a tiny like little 3 braided strand. Like I could just unravel it, twist it, and it gives like a little curl on the end. So yeah. So I'll be back after maybe a day or 2 once my hair is dry, and then show you my takedown process. Either I'll show you my takedown process, or I'll already have the hair already taken out and then tell you my final thoughts and review and everything. So stay tuned, keep on watching. If you like the content so far, then hit that like button and keep on watching. Okay, now going on to the braids. So I installed them last week Saturday, and this is the following week, so the next Saturday. And so I've had the braids in for a week, and as you can see, they still look good and everything. And the week, so when I did all of the shampooing and deep conditioner and everything with the products, that was actually the week before. So now this is technically 2 weeks after. So before I started recording, I just kind of oiled my scalp a bit, like, you know, starting to get a little itchy. And I'm like, all right, maybe it's a little dry. So it did feel a little dry. I did oil it. But now I'm going to go and show you my takedown process. So I'm using the Camille Rose Naturals Cocoa Nibs and Honey Ultimate Growth Serum Oil. So here it is. And I just use this like to do my scalp. And now I'm going to put a little bit in my hands and just like run it through my strands, and coat the braids, and then just have some on my hands so that while I'm taking my hair down, it helps for, one, it gives you shine when you do that with your oils and everything like that. 2, it does help for it to be less friction as you're taking your hair down. So as you're separating, taking the style down, it's less friction, less frizz, because the oil is already coated on there and it's on your hands as well. So it helps it for your style to have less frizz as you take it down. So that's also what I have. Well, the benefits of you doing this like with the oil, because I know some people are like, oh, why don't you just take it down? But you know, that's why. So I just pour it in my hands. I rub my hands together, and as you can see, like that's, you know, it's all over my hand. So I'm gonna rub it on the braids. So starting from the back, so what I do, well, I do feel like I need a little bit more oil. I know you guys saw that I had some, but I'm gonna really just put it on the tips of my fingers here, just on the little pads. Okay, so how I braid it, basically, if you want to call it reverse braid or whatever, so that's how I do it. And then I twist it on the ends. Now the reason why I'm twisting it on the end is just so that it's easier to pull apart, because as you know, when you get to the ends, it gets tiny, fine, very small, and you don't want to have 3 little braids you're trying to pick through, or, you know, and in that case you probably need like a rat tail comb or something to help you like really pick through it. So that's why I just twist it on the ends. So now I'm just going to stretch it out a bit, undo the twist in the opposite way, and then pull it apart. Okay, so you see this, it's all unraveled. Just get y'all a little close up. Okay, looking nice. Okay, so now I'm going to, all right, yeah, take one and then separate where it naturally wants to separate. You know, and I tend to separate the back of my hair just a little bit more because, you know, for more volume in the back, and then separated less in the front because I want more definition in the front of my hair. And plus the front is like what frames your face, is what people see. So obviously, you know, you want it to be a little more defined. And then the back, like, you know, obviously people don't see that as much. Like, yeah, the top back part and everything, but like the back and all that, that could help to give you some volume and everything like that. So, you know, and again, it's not seen as much, but still try to delicately separate, going where you see that it wants to part, right? And here that is. All right, so that is one section. Okay, so that's the back for you. And even in the back, like even like here, try not to separate it too tiny, but like you saw how I was separating, like some of them kind of got a little tiny and some of them weren't. All right. Okay, so I think now you kind of get the gist of how to, you know, you just put the oil in your hands, smoothing your hair like with the oil and separating it, and how I separate it. And then let's keep going and we'll just like speed this process up. So as you see, okay, see that? Another bonus of doing the twist on the ends, besides like the takedown being easier, as you can see, it gave me like a little curl on the end. So like the curl is always good. That's always like a nice bonus, because like, you know, you're splitting your hair, you're separating it, and you also want the ends to look good as well. So it gives a nice little curl. And then I'm gonna just show you. So here, oh well, this is already separating, but yeah, again, where it naturally wants to separate, don't separate it too much. Like I literally might just leave this in one like that, because I want to have some, again, more definition in the front. Yeah, so there's like still a lot of definition there, and they weren't separated too much. And my hair is fully on this side. I fully took it down, so you can see how this side's looking, and then this is the side you guys saw already. So at this stage, once both sides are taken down and I've separated each side, now I use my pick and I go in, and like they have the smaller ones of this too, so if you want the smaller one, but I just have the bigger one. I go in and I pick the parts to kind of blur my parting lines, like in the back and everything. And I also use my hands, the palms of my fingers, to like rub it and blur that as well. But just to show you guys, the curl primer is just a spray. So it's like a little spray. You spray it on your hair. So I dampen my hair as usual with my water, and then I sprayed this and worked it in. And this really, like, you sprayed it and just felt like that moisture just squeezed it in and everything. So I liked this. This was nice. It's like a good prep, and just to kind of soften your hair up, you know, and it is a leave-in treatment and everything. But by no means can you just leave that on your hair by itself. You do need to add your moisturizer, and then sealing your hair, or, you know, just go straight to putting your gel in. There was another option besides the smoothing pudding. There was an option for the curl styling potion, which I think is supposed to be like a lighter thing than the smoothing pudding. So maybe for someone who doesn't want to have anything too heavy, and I think that's what that was for. So for the curl smoothing pudding, so I will say with this, it did feel like a cream. It felt like a cream in my hand, as you've probably seen previously how I was using and everything. Just to kind of show you how much I use, and excuse the hair that's in there. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, and it is kind of it's thick, I guess you could say, because see, that's not even coming out, and it's taking its time. Like, it's running, but it's going so slow. Like, you see that? So it is thick. It's not like a runny type consistency as you just saw. So, and I used about, I would say I used about half. You know, this is also 6 ounces. So this was like a cream, and creamy, and as you saw, it's a little thick. And then when I actually put it on my hair though, like when I rubbed it in and I actually put it on my strands, it felt a little bit different. So it almost felt like a custard, like I put a custard on my hair. Like it almost have like some sort of holding property to it. You know, it's still moisturized, but it felt like a coat just went on my hair. And then it also felt like, I don't want to say sticky, but like, again, like it almost felt like a custard, you know, but it did moisturize my hair though. So, you know, that's kind of how I could describe it. Again, all of them have this like nice salon scent. And then going on to the curl setting gel. So it's supposed to be tames frizz with and defines with medium hold. So I use that. Again, my braid outs don't really last as long as my twist outs normally, but you know, I was like, okay, let me add a little bit of the gel, like just so you guys see this again. Let me add a little bit of the gel. Just I did like 1 pump, spread it and smoothed it, and then raked it through my hair, and then braided my hair. And in some cases I did like 2 pumps, but I didn't want to overdo it, didn't want to get any flakes or residue and stuff like that, which as you can see I didn't, and my hair has been in the braids for about a week now, so you can see that I haven't gotten any of that residue and everything like that. Okay, so yes, so the gel, I think, oh, also like when my hair was dried, and even in some parts now, I do feel like there could be like it felt a little harder and crispier, like, you know, there could have been a gel cast on some parts, but nothing too severe. And again, like, you don't see any flakage or anything like that, so that's pretty good. And I do want to use these for a wash and go, so like this video and comment down below if you would like to see me use these products, these styling products, to do a wash and go. I do want to see how the wash and go would come out with these products. I think that it probably come out pretty good. So, you know, so wrapping it up. Oh, and the gel is 6.76 fluid ounces. So wrapping it up, her products, I love the scent of her products. It has like this nice salon kind of professional luxurious scent, like you're just in the salon. It just smells so good. So I love the scent of her products. The way they work so far, they work really well. Again, these are good results that I've gotten from this braid out in terms of like the moisture of my hair, and my hair was in the braids for a week, and then now I've taken it out and it looks this good still. Because sometimes I know when at some point my hair was getting longer and it was just changing, and when I had my hair in a style for like a week of braids or twist out, which I used to do, But when I started to do it, then after that week when I take them down, I could kind of feel that they were dry, they didn't retain the moisture, but this retained the moisture, so that's a plus for me. Overall, the products worked really well. What I don't like is the size. I don't like the 6 something ounces. You know, I just feel like we could have gotten 8 ounces. We could have even gotten 16 ounces. I will say the products worked really well. They smelled awesome. So just comment down below if you've ever tried her products before. Let me know, what are your thoughts? What do you think about them? And do you think the same way I do in terms of about the size? Again, it all depends on, you know, I would repurchase, but I probably would, like, maybe, you know, since I'm all into the products now and everything, I probably repurchase one more time and then kind of give it a break. And if there's a sale again, then purchase again, just because of the size of it. And like I said, if she does come out with bigger sizes, then I'm all here for it. And I definitely probably would get a bigger size just so it lasts me longer. But yeah, let me know if you guys have that issue with the size, or you're thinking about that as a possible issue. And like, share with your friends and family so they can also see this video and get value out of it. And if you did get value out of it, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of my future video uploads. Thanks again for watching. These are my final thoughts on Mono's hair collection. All right, bye. See you in my next one.